Why not put a do-rag on a pearl? Why not? The significance of it runs deep, especially in the Black culture.
When you launched those and it showed this other dimension to you, yeah, were you nervous about how that would be received?
I felt like with those pieces, I was confident as hell. That's just fire.
Good.
Like
Yeah. Yeah.
to see a do-rag on a pearl, that is fire. Name someone who has done it. The fact that they were drilling actual stones in their teeth
Yeah.
is diabolical.
Fitting and the mold, like,
Oh, the fitting is the worst part.
yeah.
Oh my gosh, my booty clenches every single time.
You're watching Style as Identity. Meet the brands building from their vision, values, and vibes. Hi, Aziza. Welcome to Style as Identity. Okay. Before you started the brand, what was your earliest relationship to jewelry and adornment?
It was pretty much my parents. It was the relationship of my father and my mother. My dad, jewelry, New York, Irish, and my mom.
He had some chains.
Yeah. Oh, my dad has some chains, and my mom, Black American, which she loved to collect art. Her perspective a lot was jewelry is art. So she was really particular on the pieces that she collected, which I guess describes why I'm the artist I am now.
How would you say your mom's relationship to jewelry as art, like, what did that look like for you as a young kid?
My mom was very, how can I say, I remember my mom distinctively had a pair of earrings that were crow bones and beaded earrings that she got from a Native American powwow.
Mm.
And oh, they were the most beautiful earrings I ever seen. They had turquoise beads,
Mm.
like real turquoise. It wasn't fake. But it was turquoise beads with, I can't remember the other beads. I think it was onyx
Mm.
with crow bones. And oh my gosh, those were like, she would wear those things every day.
Mm.
So sad that she did gift them to me when I got older and I did lose one, and she was so upset with me. And they were falling apart to a certain point that the crow bones started deteriorating
Uh,
and like splitting. But the way her eye was for jewelry was beyond beautiful. There were stores back at home. I'm from the DMV area, and there was a particular store back then named Fire and Ice. And my mom would actually get my teachers, whatever teacher I felt like was my favorite teacher,
yeah.
she'll get them jewelry, but I will get to choose. But she went there because of how beautiful the jewelry was or the craftsmanship. So my mom was very big on craftsmanship, period. When it came to clothing, my shoes, my mom was very much
Oh my God.
like everything was like, it has to be crafted well. So I think becoming who I am now, it definitely is the perspective of my mom and her details to craftsmanship
Yes.
and what she really looked for in passing that down and that knowledge to me.
When I have memories growing up, they'd be like, "Do the stripes match?" Like all the like check the stitching, and I remember just being like, I'm gonna grow out of this in like 6 months anyway, but just like this is so detail oriented. And then now I'm like, yeah, absolutely, I would absolutely do that today and make sure
Yeah.
these things were well made. But at the time, I don't think I always appreciated it.
No, you're a child.
Yeah.
At that time, I was a child. I didn't understand the quality of a lot of these things. Now, as an adult, I'm like, oh, yeah, especially where everything today of how our world is when it does come to clothing design and, mass production, fast fashion, things such as that. To have a parent that was raising me with a particular eye to look for certain things were a meticulous
Yeah.
I wish I say, shout out to her. Yeah, my mom. Go mom.
Yeah. Yeah. Go mom. Go parents. I mean,
Go parents. Yeah,
anyone
because my
that's like
dad too.
showing us, we're learning their habits and observing them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
most
Yeah.
definitely.
Um, okay, so then a little bit about your like professional background. You studied at the Gemological Institute of America. I've never met anyone that went there or graduated from there, and I'm fascinated by it and would love to hear about what drew you there, and what did that skill set and education develop for you as you honed your own style?
I always, if there's one thing about me, I give credit where credit is due. So who inspired me to really become a gemologist was this designer, Black woman, bomb fire designer, Erica Diggs.
Mhm.
She is the GOAT. She is truly like the gem fairy godmother. Dope. And she's so badass. She sets her own stones. Her clientele is more very high end, bespoke, but she knows her ish. And she was becoming a gemologist, and I was so inspired by her. Even a Libra, I guess it's the Libra power. And from my inspiration from her, I also took a stone setting class because I was inspired. So I took a stone setting class, and in that class, I had came across her, and I was like, "What is this school? Like, what is this person like? What is she talking about? Like going to school and learning this?"
She was in the class with
She
you?
was no, she wasn't in the class, but she was the year before me,
Got
like
it,
the months
okay.
before me.
Yeah.
And at the school I was at, someone else like introduced me to that gemology and like, oh yeah, GIA. And so honestly, I did my research and I thought about before I went there, I had to think about where I wanted to go with my brand and who I wanted to become. And I knew who I wanted to be and where I wanted to go. And I knew going to GIA would have given me an advantage in the industry that many don't have,
Mm.
especially being a Black woman in the industry that work with jewelry.
Yeah,
The terminology, the knowledge to identify something real or fake,
yeah.
you know, to educate even my clients for them to feel more comfortable with me. I went and it was 6 months, and the hardest, stressful, most 6 months of my friggin' entire life. I had a boss like, oh my gosh, to this day, people don't understand. The ones who go to the school understand because you have a 20 stone test, you can't get one wrong. You have to really identify these, characteristics with these stones.
Are you like you're, like, grading the quality and
Yeah, from the
yeah,
color to the imperfections to you have to get everything right to the specific gravity to the color to the elements to it's just so much that you have to get right. And if one's wrong, let's say the specific gravity or something's wrong, the color's wrong, it's a wrong
it's done.
answer. It's done. Because rubies, like for example, you can have a ruby, but it comes in two different shades. So a ruby comes in a purplish reddish hues,
Uh-huh.
but it also comes in a reddish orange hue. So you can say one thing and it's like, oh, actually, no, it's more in this grade. And it's like, or you can get a ruby mixed up with the color of a sapphire, pink sapphire, and you could call it. I mean, see, there's so many things to
Yeah,
it, right? It gets like, you're like, oh, okay.
yeah,
But I knew becoming a gemologist would have just put me up here.
yeah,
And for me, that's what I wanted to do for my career. I knew where I wanted to go. And to be honest, me being a jeweler isn't just a overnight thing or something that I felt like, oh yeah, I'm going to stop tomorrow when it gets hard.
right.
It's really an investment in my
And
career.
so then what does becoming a gemologist do for a jewelry maker? And you mentioned that, like, it isn't common for that to happen, so, like, why don't more people do that?
Well, I do feel like in the industry, a lot of people, it's trust. A lot of things is built on trust, you know, even when it comes down to your golds from casting, you need to make sure that you are trusting your caster, that you're getting the right elements and the percentage of gold.
Mhm.
And
So you
even with
came in with knowledge.
yeah, I
Yeah,
came in with knowledge. And
yeah.
even with stones, you have to make sure that, sometimes we hear things that some jewelers are getting lab diamonds versus
Mhm.
natural diamonds. And they don't know, but they get that. Or somebody, let's say for example, so someone gave me a synthetic ruby and I put it in a stone and later on they found out. That's a lawsuit on me.
And it's on you,
That's
yeah.
on me. And it gave me the advantage to be able to talk the language, to identify
Yeah,
things, and also have that connection with my clients for engagement rings as well.
yeah.
Letting them know what inclusions are and these character, character, character,
Character. A
Character c fuck it. Character character
characteristics?
characteris
Unique New York,
Yeah.
unique New York, unique New York.
I'm like, "Oh my gosh," it's like the hardest tongue twister, don't judge me. But these characteristics,
Yeah, yeah.
character either way, am I saying it right? I'm judging myself.
I know what you're saying because 'cause I'm thinking that goes into the price you're paying for the gem and knowing you're paying what you should, and then the price the customer is paying for it, and them trusting you that you're pricing it at the fair price because you have all this knowledge. And it's like that all eats into different margins and just value. So my Uncle Joe was a jeweler in the Diamond District, and so I grew up going and doing this whole thing, and so when he passed and I went there to get some.
Clarity characteristics, sorry.
Oh, yeah, okay, one more time.
Clarity characteristics, I'm sorry.
Clarity characteristics.
Oh my gosh,
Clarity
so
characteristics. We did
so
it. We're
sorry.
here.
I knew
Yeah.
it was gonna hit
Yeah,
me.
yeah.
So
We had
sorry.
to move on. We had to release it for it to come
Yes,
back to
yes. Oh my gosh.
uh, um, and so then, after he passed, I needed to go to the district for something, and I came in as a outsider.
Mhm.
And it's like, that block is either you're in with them or you're not. And so I had to go ask a friend that knew someone there so I could go back in and just being like, I'm friends with so and so. Because even that world is like, where like I don't have knowledge.
Yeah.
And to go back into a space where I just had to trust somebody, and and it didn't work. I had to go back and trust somebody or know somebody I trusted to bring me back into that world and to make sure I was getting the right price,
Yeah.
make sure I was doing all the things. And there's not a lot of middle ground in that industry.
No, it definitely is a trust factor, especially being a jeweler in relationships.
Yeah.
Definitely having solid, beautiful relationships
Yeah.
with people and trustworthy relationships. Oh, I always tell people, be a good person because you will attract the good people in the industry.
Yeah.
So,
And then in the beginning, you said you knew what kind of designer you wanted to be and where you wanted to go. Um, what was that vision and how did it come to you?
I felt like with every designer, everyone has a different path. Mine's was to eventually step into fine jewelry. And with some people, they rather stay working with different metals, such as brass or sterling silver. That's their thing. They like to stick with that. That's it. Some designers do, as the industry would call, costume jewelry,
Mhm.
and they like to stick with that, and that's it. With me, I knew I wanted a different clientele and I wanted a different look and a different presentation. I knew I wanted to work in fine, and I worked and I invested in that to have that language and that knowledge to go there.
Yeah, I love that. Also in this custom theme, we interview Hannah at Masan Studio Masan, and her partner's mom, we say, I'll never forget, she said this quote. I didn't even hear her say this quote, but I think about her. It says, begin as you mean to go on. And that was you knowing where you wanted to be. And so you just began there and you didn't have to
Well,
then go.
I didn't technically begin. I think with every jeweler, a lot of us, we start off, especially when you're learning something, some people dive right into gold. I feel like with me, I started off with what I could afford, which was brass and brass. And then my mentor, Caroline, was like, you should start working with sterling silver. I think it would be better for you.
Yeah.
And then that's when I started leveling up. When honestly, when I had my money right, that's when I started leveling
Do you
up.
know why she said that?
Because once you get into elements such as, you get into gold, sterling, silver, these are investments. These are currencies.
Hmm.
You can it's literally stocks, you know? So it's really currency. So you can melt them down. Today's price is not tomorrow's price. So if you have something that I worked on like last year, I can melt that down and I could get that money right back.
Yeah.
If not, a little dollars under. So
Yeah.
why work with brass? And it's no shade to anybody because my first collection was in brass and I love brass. But why work in something that you just have sitting around? You can't gain anything back. At least you can melt everything and gain interest, like investment back.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. And then so you do have this rare mix, right? So you've got your rare mix of training. You've got your gemology, your CAD engineering, jewelry design, lost wax, metalsmithing. Like, you have experience every which way.
Yeah.
What, when did you know to go 10 toes down on something, right? There's so many areas, and these are really clear that culminate into today for you. How did you know which one to follow?
Honestly, to be transparent, I think with jewelry in general, you know, I felt I'm an artist at the end of the day.
Mhm.
And for me, when I first got into jewelry, child, you name everything in the arts, I've done it. Sculptures, collages. Child, I used to rebuild bikes. I used to paint. I was known for painting. I was known for
That's that
like
ADHD
it's the
magic. That's that
yo, talk
magic.
about ADHD magic. I tried like pottery. I was
Yeah,
just in it all. But when I took a jewelry class, I took a lost wax class. Um,
and you're curious.
that curiosity that week later, after I was done, I looked on Craigslist, got a little desk, put it in the corner of my apartment. My roommate was so annoyed, but my other roommate loved it. She was like, "Yay!" Who's my best friend, one of my best friends to this day. And jewelry, and I took a class, and I was like, "Yep, this is it.
Right.
I'm not looking back. Whatever it takes,
Yeah,
all toes down."
that's it.
Yeah.
So, CAD can make jewelry feel highly controlled. Lost wax, room for the hand and imperfection and nature and organic. And, you have all these both of these worlds and tensions. So, how do you decide when a piece needs precision versus when it needs evidence of the hand?
So when a piece needs precision for me is when it comes to engagement rings. Yeah.
Mhm.
I learned CAD for engagement rings, to be honest.
Mm,
When people get engaged, they just want something clean and very refined.
yeah.
There are a trickle of clients that do want something that is very organic.
Mhm.
But when it came to who I am, Aziza, I also wanted to add both elements. So such as like doing CAD of a bezel setting and insert that into one of my wax designs.
Mm,
So I don't have to worry about carving that out. It's
yeah.
something that's actually refined and easy, or a micro prong, a circle that's a micro prong and putting that inside an organic ring that I had made,
Right.
handmade. So I do, even with my grills, I use the combination of both,
Cool.
hand and CAD
Yeah.
in both, depending on the design too. So
Love that.
girls and engagement.
Girls and both custom.
Yeah.
Um, at what point in your practice did you feel your work really moving from I'm learning technique to I'm developing my design language? Was there a shift for you there?
Yeah, because I felt like I used to just make whatever and then put it out there. And I had no technique at all. But I have a beautiful eye of quality control because I know so much, I can
Well,
add.
that's where you have your 10,000 hours because you've been
Yeah.
doing that since, your mom was bringing you to fire and ice.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So I feel forever, it was more of, I think, 2018 when I was able to say, "Okay, here's a combination of both and both precision and as well as execution time." All those things that fall under where I felt
Practice.
practice, yeah, where I felt more confident as an artist
Yeah.
and in my realm of jewelry design, especially like I work with girls. Lord, when I first did grills, I thought I was doing something good until I started taking clientels and I was like, "Oh, I suck at this shit." Like, I had to redo everything because
Yeah.
I was rushing the process. I'm a firm believer, don't rush the process. Practice makes perfect.
Mhm.
I learned from my mistakes and now I can say, well, I'm actually a professional at this.
Yeah.
I'm good at this. And yeah,
Yeah. That feels good.
I like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's that. Okay.
Yeah. Um, and okay, I want to talk about oral sculptures. But before we get into that, I want to give some love to your broader world of Aziza. And so, can we talk a little bit about your bamboo imperial collection and the pearled crown veil? A little bit about that. I'd love to just can't leave them out, you know?
Those pieces mean a lot. I think creating those pieces, I actually did that when I was in school.
Mm.
I created both of those pieces while in school. One was for a submission for something, the pearl. It was a pearl submission, but I kinda held back and I was like, "Yeah, I don't feel like doing it." My instructor was like, "Why? It's so beautiful." But creating those pieces was actually, um, to shine a light on Juneteenth. And those pieces were only for Juneteenth. I only released them during Juneteenth. So the do-rag pearl was for Juneteenth, the bamboo and pearl, Juneteenth. I felt the do-rag pearl, I never seen anything such as that. And I thought it was, why not put a do-rag on a pearl? Why not? The significance of it runs deep, especially in the Black culture. So I felt like that was something, especially being a hairstylist one point in my life too, but it's such a significance in the culture. So the do-rag or the do-rag pearl, the crown veil, as well as the bamboo imperial became more pieces of Juneteenth. I released that Juneteenth last year, I believe.
Mhm.
And I felt like that was something that so many people could relate to, being a young girl and getting your first bamboo earrings or having some attachment to bamboo,
Mhm.
within a lot of cultures, not even just in the Black culture too, and I felt that was shining a light on bamboo and taking it from one element to a different everyday wear for those if interested. But yeah, those were definitely, I think it was a shock to many people too that have followed my jewelry for a long time because it definitely is different from my crafted pieces, more my hand sculptures
Mhm.
because those are CAD designs.
Mhm.
So a lot of people were like, "Hold on, this don't look like what I'm used to seeing." It's
Mhm.
like it's not supposed to. But
Yeah,
it also showed people how well versed I am as a designer
yeah,
and an artist, period. And also it kind of showed a lot of people a different side of me because
yeah,
I think so many people look at me as one artist,
yeah,
just pinpoint me as one thing. And I'm like, no, you don't.
yeah.
I have so many different sides of me.
When you launched those and it showed this other dimension to you, yeah, were you nervous about how that would be received?
I felt like with those pieces, I was confident as hell. Them- That's just fire.
Good,
Like
yeah, yeah.
to see a do rag on a pearl, that is fire. Name someone who has done it. Thank you, me. Me. So
Yeah,
it's like I never seen that.
yeah.
So to be the first, now listen, I
Mhm.
know the world and the universe is so big. There may have been someone to do it 20 years ago. I don't
You
know.
don't know.
But in my surroundings,
Yeah,
in my vision,
yeah,
was one of the designers to do something such as that. And I felt like for me, that just changed the game for I don't know,
it shifted
it
some.
shifted something completely. It was beauty. You're taking a pearl where is luxury, and putting a do-rag, boop.
Mhm. And so you describe your work as heirlooms. I think anybody with 2 eyes would agree. And so when you're creating these pieces, knowing that you're building them, you're birthing them to live beyond the original wearer, how does that come into your mind?
Jewelry holds energy. It holds a memory.
Mhm.
It embodies something of like you put on a piece and you remember that day that it was given to you. So no matter what it is, because I have some, like my first ring was a seashell, and that who knows where my dad got it from? He probably got it from one of those little
Mhm.
25-cent machines. Who knows? But I knew that it was luxury to me,
Yeah.
you know? So I feel in creating all my pieces, I take pride into just withholding quality. And one thing I will say is having pieces I'm really big on quality based on how thick a piece is,
Mhm.
the measurements of prong sizes and all technical terms,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. But
But
that's the built to last.
it has to be built to last. So I am big on instead of I'm big on quality instead of quantity so a piece can last through time. So if that has to take me to do a piece over and over and over again you know, or find a good setter or have to waste money because sometimes you waste money in making something and it's like, dang, this isn't right or this piece fell out. Because that happened before. Like I've had a piece and probably something wasn't the proper measurement. And I was like, nah, I have to make this all over again.
Yeah.
So I do take a lot of pride in that. Um, because I know any piece that I create, I want it to be passed down to someone else.
Yeah.
More of the
Yeah.
quality of work.
Um, I just have memories of my family, it's like whether you're buying jewelry or glasses for to put water in, they're like the weight of it. It's gotta be
Yeah,
a good weight. It's gotta be a good weight, and I mean, it's true.
it's a true thing. Even with silver, like my mom, she would hold silver. And also you identify kind of what that price is by you're like, "Oh, well, I don't think this price should be that." Not saying not judging at all, but when you feel the weight on something, you're like it justifies
Yeah,
your perspective of should I buy this? Is this quality? No
right.
matter what. If
Yeah.
you even comfort quality,
Yeah,
So it's the same with jewelry. Gold, if it's heavy, oh, okay, I know this piece is a good piece because I could feel the
yeah,
weight?
yeah.
So
I want my weight when I get up in the morning and then how much I weigh after I put my jewelry on, like, right, like, what are we doing?
it's a difference. It's a
There's a
difference.
difference
It's
here. Is it
quality.
yeah, yeah,
Quality.
quality, yeah. Um, just lay me down. Uh, okay, let's talk about grills. First off, you call them oral sculptures.
Yes.
When did that come to be? Why?
I used to call it fine art on teeth
Mhm.
because it's literally fine material and it's art on teeth. Kind of
That's what it is. Yeah,
every jot on
yeah,
everything. But
yeah.
oral sculptures actually came from a perspective of my good friend Di. He was like, those are kind of like oral sculptures. And I
Mhm.
was like, you're right. You're right. So I would definitely give him credit where credit is due.
Yeah,
Um, but yeah, he was like, I think you should call them oral sculptures because that's exactly what they are. And I
yeah.
was like, you're right. They are. So it just stuck up and stuck.
That was
So
stuck. Yeah. It, like, shifts the mind a little bit of, like, what, um
because girls, yeah, you have girls, but I love oral sculptures because it really identifies me as an artist
Mhm.
and my perspective on jewelry period of who I am.
Yeah,
Everything is art. Everything is a sculpture piece.
yeah.
Like even me getting into jewelry, I found it fascinating that you can take a piece and create a sculpture and cast it into metal
Mm.
and wear that. That's like
That's mind-blowing.
it's mind blowing.
Yeah,
To me, that is like I'm wearing a piece of art.
yeah,
When we really step out of that, you're like, "Oh, okay." It shifts the
yeah.
perspective. So when you think that, wow, somebody hand carved this to my teeth
Mhm.
and it only fits me. It can't fit anyone
Okay.
else.
What was the first grill you made, and then how did that kind of go from there? What was your first inspiration for your grill?
I made my first piece during COVID. I had a grill beforehand, but I paid a place to make it. And during COVID, I had nothing but time. Nothing but time.
Yeah.
So I sat there and really try to dissect. Even a little bit before that, but I had not again, COVID, I was able to dissect how are these grills made?
Mm,
And I made my first piece was open face. No, it wasn't a dollar sign. It was an open face and that open face became pretty much more of my signature because it was so thin and
uh-huh,
it was very dainty.
uh-huh.
And me creating grills, I stepped into it based on the fact I didn't see any grills that I liked or anything in the market that I wanted
Mm.
to wear. So I was
Why do you
like,
think that is?
I think a lot of, I think because back now, oh, the whole girl culture has changed.
Yeah,
Oh my
yeah.
gosh, the
But it was, like,
creative.
very mask
But
and
back
yeah,
then it was very to think the possibilities of doing things with girls, I don't think people tested the limits
Yeah.
to that fully.
Mhm.
I always say you can make anything in like you can do anything in jewelry, but to see what the industry has now, crazy work, crazy. Uh, but yeah, I just didn't see the things that I wanted to wear, and I didn't have time to sit there with someone and try to describe. Now I'm hiring you. For all that, I might as well do it myself,
Yeah.
you know? Like,
Yeah.
I don't need you as a contractor. I know how to do this. I'll figure it out, and I did. So
And now you teach people how to make their own grills.
right? Isn't that
Yeah.
crazy?
Yeah.
I went through so much. I can only say the reason why I'm able to teach, because I was able to teach myself all the wrong
Mm.
before I was able to be good, you know?
Mhm.
All the things that any person trying to get into grills by theirself, I went through it all.
Mhm.
I've done it all. There was no one helping me at that time because it was such a bespoke culture at that time.
Yeah.
Um, so to go through all those trials, tribulations, and to be able to create what I am now, I'm fire, I'm fast, I'm good, you
Mhm.
know? And I've learned from my mistakes. I created relationships with dentists that I can even tell people like I feel like I'm a fake dentist at the same time because I'm like, oh well, your teeth
Yeah.
shift a little, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
So even the knowledge, I have the knowledge, but yeah. It's crazy how I could actually teach now. I actually like teaching. So shout out to me being able to thank you God.
Yeah. Um, it was interesting doing research. I didn't know like some of the history and like origin stories and expressions throughout time of what has now kind of influenced girls that we know today. And so Mayans had jade,
Mhm.
and then
And gold.
and gold. Etruscans in Italy, it's like a native community. They had gold also, but then Vikings were filing their teeth to be like show which like community or group they were from. So it'd be like similar filings to like show. And it just like all around the world throughout time, like we're like just using our body to express. And I'm just like, it just shows like how amazing we are.
Yeah.
And I loved going it through that little journey and then fast forwarding to like 40 years ago in the 80s and like Atlanta and New York and girls in hip hop. And then where we are today, we're like every other person has a tooth jam. And that comes from that lineage and all
Yeah.
that work. Yeah.
And you know what's so crazy is that even the designs that they like because it wasn't designed, it was actually part of culture in their culture. The the fact that they were drilling actual stones in their teeth
Yeah.
is diabolical. Like when I think of that, I'm
There's
like,
no room for error. They didn't have backup teeth
right?
either.
I'm like, wow, we can't even eat ice cream. Like, you're drilling like, wow, you're actually putting jade or like stones. Crazy,
Yeah.
diabolical,
It's kind of
insane.
inspiring.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. No, but I loved, like, learning about that and exploring what that was. And so you taught yourself how to make girls in COVID, and now you're teaching. What has that done? So you have your business arm of commercial, now you have custom. And so what has that done for your business, and how do they either are they completely different customers? Do they support each other? Like, what does that look like from a business perspective?
they're really completely two different. Well, no, not really. Actually, they're the same. I think when it does come to my classes, it's different because that is a student coming in to learn
Mhm.
and build their journey
Yeah.
in the industry for their own business. So,
Yeah.
but when it comes to like my jewelry and the girls clientele that I do have, it's the same. Because usually a lot of my clientele, excuse me, and collectors have a piece already of
Mhm.
my jewelry and they're like, oh my gosh, yes, I want a girl.
Yeah.
Or maybe jewelry isn't their thing and they want a piece of like a grill.
Yeah.
And they're like, okay, I may not want this ring, but I actually desire a grill and now you're doing them. I want this from you.
Yeah.
So It's honestly the same client, same collector. They've been following my journey. Um, I think sometimes I do have in some customers and clients that don't know my jewelry, and I'm like, and I'm very upfront to let people know that I'm not the designer for you, because there's only certain designs that I do, and I stay true to who I am as a designer.
Yeah. Wait, let's talk
And
about that. What do you do?
I like working with a lot of stones.
Mm.
So I love stone play, playing with stones, whether it's fancy shapes or inlays. I love creating designs of more abstract designs, more organic designs, especially when it comes to grills. I have a signature that is a very fine, thin um, outline, open face. And I put like a little diamond right on the small little diamond. It's the replacement of a tooth gem for a lot of people that they could put on and off. But, I feel like my style of jewelry was actually, because of my clientele, more of a mature clientele.
Mhm.
Corporate, you know, more of the clientele that understands the investment of gold and what they are receiving,
Mhm.
and I say that with all respect. So my clients definitely supported my art
Mhm.
and my look, and I have this, as a lot of clients have told me and my collectors, "You have this look, it just looks like you did it by hand, and I just love it. It's very handcrafted."
Uh-huh.
And I'm like, "Okay, I don't see it,"
Glad you
but
like
I'm
it.
like, "I'm glad you like it."
Yeah.
But I love that my clients trust me with a vision. They'll say, "I just want a stone, and I want this, and I want an open face, create something," and I'm able to collab with them because it's a collaboration. It's
Yeah.
not just me.
Yeah.
Um,
How does that
and
design process start? Someone comes to you, they want to grill.
mhm.
What's kind of that intake look like that gives you the information you need to begin that process?
Usually clients have an idea or they have a photo. So
Mm.
"Oh, I like this," or "Can you do something similar to this?"
Mhm.
So let's say you brought me a photo of someone else's design. Don't even know who this is, but another artist, designer. I'm not gonna make that, but I can make you my
Right.
rendition.
They came to you
Yeah.
for a reason. Yeah.
And usually they're like, "Okay, yeah. So I want something like this," or people come with the inspiration, the ideas. All I do is make it mine.
Mhm.
And whether or people come because they see that I work with a lot of opal when it comes to a lot of my girls. I want opal. I know I want something small. They let me know if it was something big, something small. Usually, to be honest, a lot of clients just let me have free will.
Yeah.
Just do what I do. And based off the things that they tell me, it just all depends. My last client, one of my clients, not my last, but had mentioned they wanted their zodiac sign, diamond cut, a dagger, and just maybe they sent me these designs, and I was like, okay, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna do this, 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 this. And he was like, okay. And I was
Yeah.
like,
Your
all right,
perspective. Yeah.
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 Because you I'm the expert. At
Mhm.
the end of the day, I am the expert. You're the client. You're coming because you want something. So it's up to me to see what's best for that fitting, especially with your teeth. All our teeth are size different. Some
Yeah.
people, I call it teeth canvas. So people have larger canvases, some people have smaller canvases.
Uh-huh.
So knowing how to create a design based on that spectrum of small and large. So yeah, I think every experience is different, but it's definitely an easy process. Sometimes it's very hard.
Is it easy? It sounds really hard. I'm thinking about like the creation and then like fitting and the mold. Like,
Oh, the fitting is the worst part.
yeah.
Oh my gosh, my booty clenches every single time. The fitting is the worst part. Um, and I think this is a misconception that a lot of people have when it comes to jewelry and grills. Biggest misconception. Because it doesn't fit does not mean that it's a horrible job or the artist didn't know what they were
Oh,
doing,
yeah.
right?
Because it's like our,
Your teeth
what a
shift.
variable. Yeah.
You're working with metal.
Yeah.
Things shift in castings. You have to be patient so we can adjust it. Everything's an adjustment. That's it.
Do you set
Is
those
it
expectations of, like, fitting and then refitting and then
Yeah, I let all my clients know too, we're gonna fit this, and then sometimes it doesn't fit the first time they put it in. Sometimes it's like, "Oh, it's not fitting." Okay, cool. I'll make a quick adjustment. I'll squeeze it a little bit, pop it back in. Oh, it fits. Okay, we're good. You
Mhm.
know? My clients do know that with me, my clients do know that when it comes time, they can always get it repolished. They can always get it readjusted.
Mhm.
But also our teeth do shift.
Yeah.
So you may bring me something you didn't wear last year and haven't had them on for 6 months.
Yeah.
My guy, it's gonna hurt when you put those in your teeth. It's gonna
Yeah.
be painful
Yeah.
because your teeth shift just softly, ever so slightly. So I do put that groundwork there when I do have my clients come in for their fittings. Like, hey, let me tell you, let me run down this real quick.
Mhm.
I have a whole script that I run down.
How do you approach pricing?
I only work with 14 and 18 karat.
And then gems sometimes, but not always.
With gems, I work with diamonds and grills. I 9 out of 10. There has been natural diamonds that I've worked with, but 9 out of 10, I only work with lab
Mhm.
because no shade. I love lab. This is a gemologist telling you. Okay. I like labs for grills. Okay. Because my jewelry actually holds natural diamonds, but I use lab diamonds for grills because it holds a better cut and color.
Mm.
So you see more of a fire, that brightness, and the color is just amazing. So I usually do that. But
Mhm.
when it comes to me,
Do you ever do lab for your jewelry?
no, I used to. Now I just, when I first started off, I used to, but because I wear cognac diamonds,
Mhm.
I don't I don't wear, this sounds bourgeois. I don't wear synthetic color stones.
Okay.
I love color stones. My favorite, two of my
Natural
favorite,
color
yeah,
stones.
natural color stones. Sphene is one of my favorite stones, and cognac or chocolate. There's so many industry names at this point for a brown colored diamond,
Mm.
but I love champagne,
And
cognac.
actually, so would you call this brown or black?
It's black.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah,
But I'm not a gemologist, so
black
yeah.
and salt and pepper. So you can't replicate that.
Mm.
You can do a synthetic salt and pepper, but I just love the natural components of that because you can't replicate a chocolate
Mm.
diamond. It's just
Mhm.
not gonna be the same.
So using synthetic in a grill, the, visual appearance
Lab.
lab, sorry, lab.
Synthetics. I use synthetic opals too because opals also craze, and that's a terminology, opal craze, and sometimes opal loses their color. For me, I feel knowing the education that I do have, one of the hardest stones to take care of, I find. Um, but that's agree to disagree. Some people find it to be very easy. I find it to be a little bit harder. So I use a lot of synthetic opals for my grills.
Mhm.
Um, because it holds that color. And also you could become experimental with it. A lot of my clients are aware of that and lab diamonds.
Lab
But
diamonds.
natural rubies, sapphires, and all other stones are natural.
All others are natural.
Mhm.
And why is that?
Because you can't replicate the color
Mm.
the way that of a natural.
It's a lot of color first priority.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, wait, we didn't answer though. Approach to pricing.
Oh, yeah, pricing is just a hard one. I'm gonna be honest, there's different variables when it comes to pricing. Your experience, um, quality of your piece.
Quality of the piece.
Yeah.
So for you, are those fixed because it's you making them?
Well, me saying this is also saying this for somebody that's just starting out.
Mhm.
So for me, my pricing definitely comes with material, time,
Mhm.
um, material and time, because grills is It's not easy,
Mhm.
okay? With a lot of people even starting out with grills, I tell my students, start off with sterling silver before you start off with gold, because gold is really a higher investment. And if you have to remake something, it's gonna bite you in the ass if you don't know how to price yourself. Try to steer my students too into like start off with sterling silver. It makes more
Is that
sense.
what your classes are in? Sterling silver?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Start off with that. It makes sense. Don't step into gold yet.
Yeah.
Because once you step into gold, it's a different expectation.
When someone says, "Hey, I would want a grill," you guys talk about design, material, then you quote them. And does that quote ever shift after it based on, like, variables?
No,
It stays the same.
my prices are my prices. Actually, I am even my prices are my prices. Like,
Mhm. Something that I love about custom anything, is that it's this thing, original work by you, the designer, that's never existed before and wouldn't exist unless this person came into your life. And so, in some regards, it pushes you in ways, but then also it's something that is created for this other person that you often don't know. And yet you're like intrinsically and intimately linked through this creation together. And I don't know, I just love thinking about that.
it is true. I feel like with every engagement ring that I make, I'm a part of someone's marriage.
Yeah.
Because you really are a part of their love story.
Yeah.
Like, you brought this engagement rings are pretty much really the soft spot for me because that's like a shift in your life,
Mhm.
marriage.
Yeah.
To propose and to say I love you and I want to do life with you,
Yeah.
and you're a part of that process of bringing this love story to life with a happy ending. I think, wow, I'm always like, I'm a part of I made that. I
Yeah.
made that. And you're gonna wear that forever. And that's honestly gonna get passed down through
Yes.
generation and generation.
Yes. I haven't made a jewelry for anyone, but I've married a few people now, and I learned how to do that through other people that I'm friends with did it, and I build like a template, and so now I interview the couple before, I do these things. But one question that I ask them that has really helped me like create this moment, be part of their moment, is why me? Like, why did you choose me to be the third person up there? And at first I was like, I felt weird about asking it. And then I was like, oh no. And everyone's answered it differently. And one, it put any of my nerves calmly because it was almost like they gave me the way to be successful is like just do those things and build a story and thing around that. But I feel like for you, it's like the same thing for an engagement ring is like why Aziza is creating this ring is like the way you show up for the way that the like will represent their love.
Oh my gosh. To say that I'm a part of my younger brother's love story
Hmm.
and the journey that he has with this amazing partner that he has
Hmm.
is kind of like, wow, I don't even have the words to say,
Yeah,
you know?
totally.
Because that's my younger brother. Like that's my life. That's my heart. And to be able to bring something to life, a vision that means so much to him for somebody that he loves so much.
Hmm.
Oh, oh my gosh.
I cannot wait to ask you this question because um, I've started to ask this for most people on the show. I think it really shines a light into what it means to be a designer, a creator, a founder, and it's around revenue. Um, I'll have people on the show that have, like you, 10-year-old business. It is like, on the outside in, looking like, whoa, they're just chilling. And then I'd be like, "Do you have any other, is this self-funded? Like, do you have any other revenue streams?" And they'll be like, "Oh yeah, I'm creative director of this other brand over here." And it's like there's just so much going on, and or sometimes the brand is 2 years old, and it's their full-time job, and they're making enough that this is like they do this one thing, and what it's taught me after asking this question so many times is um everyone has their own answer. Everything is like there's a lot of reasons that go into all this stuff, but it's not people think they're really alone. And if they're doing something one way, then they're doing it. I think there's a lot of insecurity of like, oh, I have to go do this over here um, to run the business, to make the business go, to like launch this new line. I need to like do whatever. And so I love bringing awareness to the fact that like there's just so many different ways
Yeah.
to run this. And the all the times we hang out, I'm like, you are like warm and connected and curious and you because you're curious, you have your hands and explorations on all these things, but you're also very strategic and you get your shit done. And so I think that that is like very special about you and you're so open about talking about it. And so, hearing you now, it's like you have your classes, you have your engagement rings, you have your grills, you have your, commercial lines. You are like talking at places and getting paid to talk and
Well,
doing
yeah.
all this stuff. And so
Forget about those.
it's like you got so much shit going on, and that also takes a lot of work and time and energy, and it can be very draining. And so, um, my question for you is like, what do you got going on, and how does that feed or like support other aspects of your business to keep doing the things that you are here to do, and like what really drives you?
Um, honestly, I am not from this planet. It's all a facade. I am not real. All a facade.
She's an AI
Gotcha.
bot. This is what AI looks like.
AI. I am completely AI. Nothing I do has ever been, you know, honestly, I'm really good with money. Money management. I think that's a
Yeah.
big conversation. Money management. Being an artist, you have to one thing is understanding money management
Yep.
and where your money is being placed, how is it benefiting you and how you could get that money back too. But
I think that's the question though, is for anyone that has asked, how am I going to pay for this? Or
yeah,
where is money going to come from? Those questions are so isolating because we don't talk about them enough and we don't realize that there's a lot of answers that could come from.
yeah,
It doesn't mean that they're easy answers, but like those answers look different for everybody and can look different depending on where our skill sets are, what
that too.
time we have, like there's that. And I admire you because I see how you've answered that in different ways.
Hmm.
And I think that's a really great example to show people like, yeah.
Also, a lot of the skills that I do have, to be honest, I took when I graduated from GIA, I worked for GIA and no one knew that.
Mm,
But the only reason why I wanted to work for GIA was also like, let me get my money out real quick. No shade.
mm.
But I wanted to grade diamonds the way GIA grades diamonds.
You went to the school to learn the
To
education and
learn
then you got the experience.
the
The
experience where I'm
experience.
in the lab,
Yeah.
actually, because you go through a whole nother training too in the lab, which is actually the GIA lab way of grading stones. So that, um, when I wanted to understand manufacturing, I worked at a manufacturer. So
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I'm going to work at a manufacturer.
Mm-hmm.
And guess what? I was running their whole stones department. So
That's back to street smarts.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm going to work at your establishment to learn. Mind you, I'm a good ass employee because if I could show up for myself, I could show up for others. Shout out to me being able to pivot and use everything that I have. And I think that's what a lot of people don't do is using all their skills.
Yes.
And I am
Or realizing that those are skills. That's what makes them
that part.
exactly who they are and nobody else.
That part.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people don't even realize how, especially as a business owner,
Yeah.
you are so advanced in skill sets. You have advanced skill sets that many people don't even take advantage of. Another thing is knowing how to manage your money. Listen, I think that's the biggest thing many entrepreneurs don't know how to do is save money. Like save it. What are you spending it on? Just save it. Yeah, we put money back into our business, but understanding how to save it. And if you don't got it, don't drop it. If you don't got it, don't drop it. And think of how can you do something else, you know?
Mhm.
So I think it's not easy being a business owner. I don't know if this even answered your question
Yeah.
I'm thinking of, but I know this is something that needs to be said.
Yeah.
But it's just more of it's not easy being a business owner. I wish my mom told me to be a business owner, and she was like, "You should have your own business, always run your own business." The most stressful job I ever had in my entire life, to be honest. But I would never trade it in for anybody else because if I know I show up for somebody else, my perspective is
Mm,
I could work for somebody else, but I'm building you. I'm clocking in to help you grow.
right.
I could do the same thing. If I know I'm that good of an employee to help somebody else
Yes.
hit their monthly goals and all these things, I
Yeah.
could do the same for me, if not better, because now it's on my time.
Yeah. Okay. There. There. Um,
Mic
what
drop.
that I mean, that's so true though. This is the first jewelry studio I've ever been in that isn't in the Diamond District,
Mhm.
which I think is like, mm, I mean, I am really appreciative of it because it kind of just, even just being geographically different is like there's more than one way,
Mhm.
and it increases just like what it looks like.
Yeah, it's in
Yeah.
Brooklyn.
It's in
In
Brooklyn,
South Williamsburg, they call this?
and like
Just the
the
area.
vibes are
The
just
vibe different.
it's more open, and
Yeah.
yeah, it makes it more accessible for anyone to even just like think of like, "Oh, what is that world like?"
Mhm. And it's very accepting. I think we all have that curiosity. Sometimes we have that curiosity, not all, but, yeah, I say she this jewelry studio, perfect location for me. It
Mhm.
was. But to be in Brooklyn, to feel different,
Yeah.
to feel open,
Yeah.
everything that you said, it
Yeah.
hit targets all that. I feel like sometimes the jewelry district is very exhausting. Oh my
A
gosh.
lot going on. But even going to working at the Gemological Institute of America, I'm sure that had a sterile corporate sort of, it's a well-oiled machine and you got in and you got what you wanted out of that, like proper knowledge value exchange, but like that's a culture too. And so
Yeah.
seeing places that have other ways of existing and
Oh,
then
the
finding like, oh, this is the one for me, right? Like this is my craft and then this is my world.
yeah.
Yeah.
You know what's so crazy? Just having those relationships with people that trust me, that are able to grow with me.
Mhm.
Just success is amazing relationships. And I'm learning that more and more as I grow in this industry. It's the relationships that you hold close to you and the relationships that you connect with and the trust. You make time for the things that you want. You make time for the people that you want in your life. You make time for the things that you want.
Yeah. Like you.
Exactly. I was, yeah.
Hey everybody, Lola here. Thanks for listening. Style as Identity is part of the Majority Group, which is focused on spotlighting and supporting the brands that make us feel seen. In addition to this podcast, we offer business and strategy advice to brands, have an investment arm, and more. Basically, we want to see you win and do what we can to make it happen. For more info on us, head to themajoritygroup.com. Love ya.